This week we were asked to act as an analyst for an airport and study flight arrivals for a particular day from a particular airport. So to do this, we were directed to find flight arrival data online and discovered that some airport websites actually list complete details for their airport. One such airport is Will Rogers World Airport, and there's another one they recommend, San Diego International Airport. So I started at the Will Rogers, and I found these flights that were coming from Chicago into the airport. So I copied and pasted the information on this table into an Excel workbook so that I can analyze it. So for part of the assignment, we had to format the table. We explored the mode function, and we did do some conditional formatting here where I put a color or a highlight to show particular text. But what I found most interesting about the assignment was the nested if functions that we used to create this calculated column here where it would display new data based on the data that's already in the table. So we did go over some of the if function as part of the lesson, but we didn't spend a lot of time on the nested if functions, and I think that the instructions in the assignment address that, in that we were directed to use Excel help. I was a little leery about using it, but I found it very helpful. I made a first attempt at creating the nested if function, and of course it didn't work. And then Excel prompted me to get help, which I did. And what I learned I had done incorrectly was the use of the parentheses. So this is the example that Excel provides you, or that Microsoft provides you for Excel. And what I had been doing was closing out each of my if statements with the parentheses. So if I had 4 or 5 different things that I wanted it to do, that would be a statement. Each one of those would be a statement. And I know you have to use parentheses, so I was creating each statement and closing them out. And what I learned by going to this example is that while you do use a parentheses to open the statement, you continue to open a new statement with the parentheses, but then you close them all out at the end. So in this example, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 if statements. Each one it contains an opening parentheses, but the closing parentheses are all at the end here. So I went back to my table and updated the statement so that I had my closing parentheses at the end. So what I wanted the table to do here was, if the data in the update column is greater than the data in the scheduled arrival time column, it would display the word late. Or if the data in the update column was less than or equal to the data in the scheduled arrival time, it would display on time or early. And then lastly, if the data in the scheduled arrival time was earlier or greater than the time in the update column, then it would display incomplete. So this one didn't work out so well because some of these were blank. So I don't think it had something to compare it to, so it just went ahead and put on time or early. That's good to know that it works that way. But you see that the late worked and on time or early did work for the most part. So I suggest you use the Excel help when provided, because as I said, it was really helpful and it helped me catch what was not working about my statement.